Jesse, so I guess so take us back to December 16th. You guys just get everybody back.
All right.
And then did you know right away that it was bad? Just take me to the injury.
Yeah. When it happened, like you said, we just got everybody back. I mean, Ray didn't play that game, but he was allowed to play the next one, so we knew we were going to get him back. I fell. I knew, like you said, I knew already. The moment I landed, I felt the same pain. I felt another one 2 years ago. So I kind of knew. I was hoping like it would be a little less bad, or I don't know, just be a bruise. But yeah, I had the feeling already. So yeah.
So I mean, when you first do that, do you think my season's over? What goes through your mind when you initially do it?
Yeah, that was definitely one of my first thoughts, because the last time I did, it was season ending. I mean, this time it's a little earlier in the season, and the recovery's been going great. So the doctor's been really happy about every photo we've taken. It's been looking great, they said, and they're saying, it's going to hurt a little, but you can go ahead and get right back to where you were, the way you were going. The recovery's been great. And luckily, so far, it's not seen the season ending. So we're definitely going to go for whatever we can get from now on.
When there's like a knee surgery or ACL or something, I mean, you kind of know what that rehab is going to be like. It's going to be a lot of walking, stretching, treadmill, swimming.
Yeah.
How do you rehab a wrist? What's the process there? I mean,
different. Yeah, it's not like we're in the swimming pool doing like what we can do. But at first it was really just with the cast straight up. You had to just wait for the bone to heal. That took about four weeks. That was the main thing, just waiting. And then from that point on, it's mostly the mobility getting back. So it's like, can you go all the way back, which is important for shooting, catching a basketball, strengthening it, make sure that all the muscles around it can actually work the way they're supposed to. So that's what we're in right now. So we're kind of halfway to that process. And then the bruising and all that stuff will heal by itself. So it's a little different than ACL and all that. But there's definitely some stuff we're doing.
Hand weights?
Yeah, it looks kind of stupid. It's like 5 pounds, but it's necessary. So that's what we're doing right now.
Dressed a couple of games ago, in uniform, but you
Yeah.
didn't play. Anxious? Did you sort of know you were going to have to sit those? How tough is it to get that close and still not get in?
Yeah, especially Kansas. It's one I've been looking forward to for a while, So that was the day before that. It was kind of when I got the sort of go ahead. Like if you can play, you would be allowed to. But I went on to practice the next day before the game, and I could not catch or shoot or pass a basketball. So I kind of knew like it wasn't that time to go, especially against the top 5 team. It's not a good idea to go out there if you can't shoot or pass or defend anybody. So we dressed I dressed to see if it would. I don't know. Like we talked about with the coach and with the staff, and I'll just go ahead and dress this. Maybe they think about it in the back of their heads, and hopefully they did, and that was a great game for us. So, I would love to be out there though that game, but it wasn't possible yet. Yeah.
How did you come out physically from your return Saturday? What was Sunday? Coach said you guys were off, so how was that? And then yesterday getting back, how did you feel from logging 15 or 16 minutes against Okie State?
Yeah, we had a great practice yesterday. Personally, I felt really a lot better. Just having played a little bit more. That game was kind of one of my first times being out there. Like that free throw was my first free throw in 5 weeks, so I'm happy I made one or two. I thought it was going to be an air ball, so I'm happy I made it. But that was really just maybe my third time back on the court, so I was just trying to do what I could do to help the team, and we could do some stuff. But now, the actual practices it's going to help to get into your actual flow. And the way I felt pretty good. It hurts, but it's something that's just going to take a while because the bone is looking great, but the ligaments around it, they take some time. So.
Through this before, does that help you? Or is it every one of them different?
Yeah, I mean, no, this one is so similar. It definitely like helps knowing what you got coming up because you kind of know the process a little bit since you did the exact same thing before. So yeah, it helps.
On that note, though, are you able to kind of draw comparisons of timeline between the first one and this one, and try and see in your head, okay, I was here this time when I had the first injury, and I'm either further along or not quite there second time along?
Yeah, this one is going pretty fast. What I gotta say, like last time, I didn't have a season to come back to because it was the end of the season, so I had a little less. Like I didn't really keep track of like, oh, it's 6 weeks now. I'm playing again because I was done regardless. But it's feeling really good for the point I'm at, so I'm really happy with that progress. Yeah.
Jesse, for the first time this season, you have everyone available.
Yeah.
What does that mean for the trajectory of this team as you guys go to finish out the conference season and then head into the Big 12 tournament?
Well, like you said, it's kind of like the season. I mean, it's hard to say it starts now, but it's kind of like you finally have everybody you wanted to have at the start. So it's in a way motivating for us, be like, okay, now we get to show what we can do, what we can actually do, and like we've had great wins already. We've had tough losses already. But yeah, it's nice to have the idea that you can finally go at full power, and that's what we're gonna, that now it's up to us to show what we got, basically, and yeah, try to put behind us what we can put behind us and learn from what we have got so far. So it's definitely, I think, fun for us to finally actually be able to play. Yeah.
What's it like knowing through no fault of your own, through an injury, that you're the missing part, sitting there and watching game after game, and knowing what you can contribute but can't contribute? I mean, what goes through your mind and that?
Yeah, like you said, it's one of the least fun things, because you're on the sideline and you see your teammates battling, and win or lose, it's not fun to be out on the sideline to be watching. All you can do is support, which is what I did and tried to do as much as I could. But yeah, it's one of the least fun things in sport. I can tell you that. Yeah.
If you kind of make this season into chapters, the first chapter, it's you and Quinn out there as the two options. You're probably the number one option at that point. And then when you get injured, like you said, Raekwon comes in, so now all of a sudden he becomes the number one. So now with you guys both playing together, how can you guys feed off of each other? And is there any awkwardness there with having two guys who are number one options suddenly, playing together now?
Yeah, in a way, I think like it could be a thing. Like, I just think that we're like any of the guys on the team don't have a really big ego, so we don't really get in each other's way too much when it comes to scoring, because I really don't mind getting 5 points in one game, and I don't know, Ray or Kerr or Q gets 20, because I feel it in a way that I can do other stuff, because I really I like to score, I like to block, but I really love to make opportunities for my teammates too. So I really, from that point, think that it takes some pressure off all of us that we can try to help the team in different ways. But yeah, there might be a game we both want to go off. And I don't know, like all of us really want to. I don't know, but it's I think mostly that as a team, every one of us, Kurt, Q, Pat has some great games. So just knowing that we have all these pieces that might have been on the bench otherwise, that now know what they're capable of, it's really might just be really helpful. Yeah, it's interesting how it will be.
You were talking earlier about, this is your guys' chance to show. Does it seem like, in a sense, that you guys are playing in fast forward now, though, because there's only so many games left to show? I mean,
yeah, there's definitely less room for error now. We've got 11 games, I believe, for the rest of the season. So yeah, it feels like you have a little less time to show everything you want to show. But in other way, you try to look at the positive again. it's the period of the year you want to show what you got. So that's what we're going for. Like we have what we have in the right time of the year, hopefully. So that's the way we're trying. Like we're trying to look at the everything we can get out of it positively, and there's a lot of positive right now to look at though. Yeah.
Perception is you're an upbeat guy, but did depression ever sink in this last 6 weeks initially? And how did you handle it? Did you talk to somebody? What'd you deal with?
No, I would. Yeah, it's definitely tough. Like we talked about, it's definitely not fun. I had a lot of good things, to look out for in my life at that point. So it's definitely I wasn't falling down a hole too far. But yeah, no, I had a lot. I talked to the coaches, my teammates a lot, and like my family, my girlfriend. Like we all just kept each other up, and I never really fell too far in that way. So I was blessed to have other things going well. But yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
Jesse, your team has faced a lot of adversity this season. Do you think that's helped you guys bond more and be able to perform better on the court?
I mean, yeah. Bond for sure. Like I don't think like any of these guys are gonna forget this year. Like it's whether you like it or not, it's the craziest year of all of our careers. Hopefully for the rest of our careers. But that makes for really good friendships and bonds that we'll never forget. And it does translate on the court. We're gonna have to find a way to play with each other, which it helps to have that bond. And then you got to build it with the basketball IQ of knowing where the other guy's going to be, which just comes with playing with each other. But yeah, the bond definitely helps with that too. Yeah.
You feel more comfortable even since Saturday? Your shooting stroke, your foul shots and stuff that maybe you struggle with first time out, does it feel even better a couple days later?
Yeah, like really at this point, every day makes a big difference because, like I said, at that point it was really my first free throw. I shot one before that shot, so I've been working on it now, trying to get it back. But every day really makes a big difference in feeling and touch, and you really get a lot back in 24 hours. So yeah.
On the other side of the coin of you sitting there and watching and not being able to help, how much fun was it? How much satisfaction to see what Pat did when he finally got it together? I mean, that had to be fun for you sitting there.
Yeah, for sure. Like as a player, you always know that it takes like one big play or one big game to get that confidence going. And I mean, I really like when you've played each other in practice that much, you know what he's capable of, and to see it come out like that, like a huge 20-point game against one of the best teams in the country that was a lot of fun. Like that was great to see, and it wasn't just once. He had a couple, 3 or 4 really good games, and he will have another couple more. I'm sure of that. So yeah, that was like the other side of the coin. Like that was really fun to watch. So
naturally though, when he comes back, his playing time may not be the same. Or I mean, when you come back, rather, opportunities, man. So do you offer a message or anything for him? And obviously, he knows he'll still have some chances, just maybe not 30 minutes a game.
Yeah. I mean, we're really like close to each other. Like we're good. So I don't think there's a whole lot of negativity going to come out of it between us. But like when we talk to each other, it's mostly about just trying to improve each other's game. So like when he sees something with me, we try to help each other out. And when I see something with him, like I really try to say like, all right, I used to do that maybe, and this is what helped for me or something like that. So it's going to be different. Like you said, he's going to probably go down in minutes or get a little less chance at the 5 or at the 4, like it depends. But I also know that he loves to play the 4 a lot too, and I think there will be plenty of opportunity with us rotating, like me, Cook, Quinn, and Pat in a 4-person rotation. That's likely going to be something that you'll be seeing.
I was was gonna say, the flip side of that is that they're probably happy that you're back because now they're guarding fours
Yeah.
instead of fives. So they're
Yeah.
like, come on, Jesse, come on back. Yeah, yeah.
So he's like you said, like it's both sides. It's a lot of playing time that he had, and it's also against out of position players for him. So it's both things, I guess, for him. Yeah.
Going back to the Kansas game for a second, obviously you want to play in that game, but what was the anticipation of watching it and then the celebration afterwards like for you?
Yeah, one of the best games of my life. Even though I wasn't at the court at all. It was great. Like the team, like we just that was really some great basketball to watch. I can imagine that playing it was a lot of fun too. Celebration. I'd never had a court storm before, so like to have that was great. Yeah, the whole experience was really good, and it was just like showing what we are capable of. So that was the main thing.
How
Yeah.
about the after celebration?
I don't have too many answers for that one, but it was good. Yeah, for sure.
You have to like hold your wrist up in the air or
A little bit. Yeah.
keep
Make
it-
sure that.
didn't get hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Conditioning, I mean, you were playing 38, but 16, were you winded a little bit Saturday? Did you notice that you were not quite where you were? Where are you now?
Yeah, so we did keep up with conditioning for sure. That was one of the main points. But playing is always different, so you get gassed like a lot quicker. But my recovery was okay, so when I had a couple minutes, I'll be okay to go. But it takes a little, couple of games maybe to be right where you were. But the gas, it definitely happens a lot quicker. That's for sure. Yeah.
Jesse, thank you.
Thank you guys.